Hi friend, welcome back to part 2 of our 5-part series under Mastering Your Journey, a holistic approach to personal growth. And this is the second part, which is planning. Our first video, which was purpose, link is below if you've not seen it. In fact, my encouragement is strongly, before you watch this video, please check out the first one because the sequence is very important of how this is put together. So in that very first video, we defined our purpose. We defined roles and what we were looking to do in those roles and what our purpose was behind each one of those roles. Now we have to put a plan together. Now we need a plan in place. This is the construction stage of our journey. For those who don't know me, my name is Bernie from Tiger Resilience, where we offer human solutions for individuals, families, and anyone who is struggling with either behavioral related challenges and or personal development. And I'm so glad that you could take time out of your busy life to certainly come and view this content. And I know that you'll gain value from this if you implement the principles behind this. So let's get busy. We're in the planning stage right now. But before we do that, I would like to encourage you, if you want the most efficient and effective way you can find when it comes to putting together your plan, first, have a calendar, have a planner. I would suggest strongly to get a planner that works for you. There's a plethora of them online. You'll find countless types of planners. I would say keep it simple, but find something that works for you and have a planner that lays out your week, it lays out your weekends, it lays out your month so that you can work in succession of putting together this plan. So once you have your planner, the next piece to this is that you plan your week out before the week starts. Here's what I do. I'll give you a sample of what I do. You can find your way and your method. Take 20 or 30 minutes out of the week before your week starts and sit down and work on what are your priorities. Work on what are the top goals. What are the achievements and the things that you need to do for that week. And I do this generally Sunday night after dinner. I'll sit down for about 20 minutes or so and I plan out the entire week before the week starts. Now, the things you will find in my planner are going to be all the important tasks and the things that I'm trying to do with my life going forward in my journey. You'll never see in my planner cut lawn, do laundry, because those are incidentals of life. Those are activities of daily living, and they're not necessary to be in a planner. I already know to do laundry and to cut the grass and take the garbage out. What you'll find in my planner are the objectives of what I'm trying to achieve, and that's what I would encourage you to do. So take that 20, 30 minutes before the week starts and sit down and plan your top priorities for that week. If you're setting goals for that particular week, my encouragement is never set more than 3 goals. I've been doing this a long time, folks, and I will share with you, I never have more than 3 goals because I know I won't be successful if I put too much on my plate. I want to be effective and laser focused on the things I'm trying to accomplish in order to go forward on my journey, and I would encourage you to do the same. So today we are going into that, navigating into that plan piece. So now that you understand to do this first, let's understand some basic principles, right? For the human being, the human condition, if you think about it, every single thing that we know of has been created twice. Everything that as a human being we know and understand has been created twice. First is the mental creation. Second is the physical creation. We first come up with the idea, then we manifest it into reality. So understand the principles behind that as you're working with your plan, because this is going to be important. Because the next piece to this is that you're beginning your journey with the end in mind. Have a clear vision of what that looks like before you start putting anything in your planner so that you can know the sequences you need to put together for that. Once you have that clear understanding of what that particular issue or thing or whatever it is that you're working towards on your roles, again, going back to purpose, here's where you'll start putting priorities together. You take care of the real tough things that you need to deal with first. Set the hard goals first. My encouragement is to get the tough things done out of the way. There's an old corporate term that I used many years ago called eat the frog. And what that really meant is eat the frog was part of a daily planning. And somebody asked me once, it's like, what in the world would eat the frog mean? Well, if I have 5 tasks for that day, 5 pieces to my plan for that day, and one of them included eating a frog, I will do that first. I'm going to get that hard stuff out of the way, and I will have to make an assumption here that eating a frog probably won't be easy. I'm going to get the hard stuff done first, which makes the rest of the day go so much easier and makes it so much more effective, right? So after we have our priorities, what are the first things, second things, third things that need to be put into place? This is, again, you're beginning with the end in mind. The next is that you block that scheduled time. I would encourage you to think of time management as a misnomer because we don't manage time. Time is fixed. 24 hours is 24 hours, 1,440 minutes, 86,400 seconds. However you look at it, it is a fixed piece. What we manage is ourselves in our 24. And the difference between each one of us in our lives and where we are in our journey is what we do in our 24. So block time is the way I would encourage you strongly to do this. So if I'm working on a particular task, let's say that I'm working on trying to learn a new skill set, I'm going to block out a time. I might say from 2 to 4 or 5 or whatever it may be. I'm going to take a 2-hour or 3-hour block of time that fits in my schedule. I'm going to block that out. And that time means I can't go into it. It's not so much at 2:15 or 2:30 because that block of time has some flexibility. If I need to move it up a little bit or down a little bit based on some other priorities or urgencies that come into my life, that gives me the opportunity to do so. So that's why I say refer to it as a block time. How much time are you going to commit to that particular task? Okay. Sometimes it could only be 20 minutes. I need 20 minutes to work on this one particular task. Block 20 minutes. And then wherever you need to flexible with your daily schedule based on things going on in your life. And of course, urgent things that come up, you can move that block up and down on your calendar so that you can understand, I will get that done, but I may have to move that around a little bit. That's what I refer to when I'm saying blocking time. And then always remember, and if I can leave you with one thing that's most a powerful piece to this, is that energy flows where your focus goes. You probably have heard this a lot. I'm going to share with you many years ago when I first understood this, quite a long time ago. It was an absolute game changer for me because what I understood is that whatever I focused on, there is where I went. Whatever any of us focuses on, there we go. So it's what we say and what we focus on. So this is part of what the planning process is having a specific focus. It sets your intention, which sets into motivation, which then puts into action the things that you're trying to achieve. So those are the basic sequences for planning. And the next piece I would really encourage you to understand too is that be flexible. Do not have a rigid plan, because if you are having a week and you have a particular block of time for something, but you have an opportunity to build a relationship with somebody, relationships take precedence over everything. If you have a healthy, powerful new relationship you can build, or working on one that you already have or enhancing it, I will always encourage work on the relationship first. Then you can work on your block of time for the tasks that are necessary. Because if you have a relationship that you may not have an opportunity for weeks at a time, you can always move your block of time to another day. That's why the week, planning your week out in 7 days in advance is such a powerful thing. So if I have something for Tuesday, but I have a person that works with me and I haven't worked with that person in a few months, and I really would like to get some more information and build that relationship, I'm going to take the time to meet with that person and I'll move that particular block to the following Wednesday or the Thursday. That's why that week is so powerful, because I have some flexibility to move that around. Again, remember, it's a block of time that we're putting out there because it's the task specific that is part of that block of time. So if that makes sense to you, I would really encourage you to really focus on that opportunity to build relationships, because at the end of the day, folks, at the end of the journey, we are born in the world alone and we leave alone. It's one person per box. And at the end of the journey, they don't take a U-Haul with you. It is not the stuff. It is not the things. It's the people in our lives that will matter most. And having those people in your lives is what relationship building is all about. So if you found some value in this and you'd like to first learn more about our program, okay, the 5 P's is what this is referred to. And again, it's Mastering Your Journey, a holistic approach to personal growth. Please see the link below as you can learn more information about our program. It's a powerful, life-changing program that has taken years to develop and has been effective for so many people, so many countless people that I've worked with over my almost 30 years in the health, behavioral health, and human health services. And I can tell you right now for verbatim that this will work for you if you apply the principles and you follow the sequences. So again, if you found value in this and you'd like to learn more, the link will be below. If you found value in this video, please consider liking this at the very least so we can pay this forward to others who could also benefit from this as well. I'd also encourage you and ask, would you be interested in subscribing to our channel, as we do have videos being produced every week. We do focus on behavioral health, everything from anxiety, stresses, anger. We also work with a lot with addiction, substance use disorders, and co-occurring disorders. So we have a lot of things that we work within under the behavioral health umbrella. And if you'd like to learn more about it, please consider subscribing to the channel. I want to thank you once again for taking time out of your busy life and your busy schedule. I know that if you implement these things, that you will find an absolute game change in your life as well too. We'll be coming up next week with our third video, which will be practicing, and that's actually how we put and implement these plans and put this into practice. I hope that I can see you then and look forward to seeing you. Again, if you'd like more information on this program, the link will be below. We also have a free handout that will give you some guidance to give you some more insights so that you can find out completely cost-free and learn more about this program. I thank you once again, and I wish you and all of yours nothing but the best today.